Hey, before we get into the robot, I just wanted to talk about the event that I am running. That you're not going to see this. This will be sort of shown to everybody in less than a week, probably Monday. I'm hosting an event in Wisconsin called the Southern Wisconsin Robot League, or SWIRL, and it's going to be September 23rd at the Kickback in Middleton. I've been working on the arena, or I ordered the arena. Technically, ourselves working on the arena. I've already gotten approval from the MRCA, and it's going to be an MRCA qualifier. And there'll be more information posted. I'll also post it on my channel. The details, so it'll definitely be out there. At Robot Combat events, you can't access that link quite yet, but I figured I'd mention that. As far as King Pie's games, talking about a nanoweight, actually people in the MRCA Discord were talking about making nanoweights, and they are going to run them at finals. There's going to be a side thing with nanoweights. So I decided to go ahead and make my own. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this, but I was going to try to make it a shuffler. I was going to just make it like a shuffler horizontal. Because if we're being honest, we're going to want to keep this as simple as possible. Because this, honestly, if we can get this thing to like exist, we're going to find out. Oh, I should have refilled my water. Oh my God, the Malinky is like the biggest component here, which is kind of wild. This is how big a Malinky Nano is. Oh God, this is going to be a nightmare. Getting this, because I do want to try to make a shuffling mechanism, which while sounds like it'd be increasingly difficult at such small of scale, I do fully intend on using the fact that it is that scale to my advantage by basically making a compliant shuffler. In that there's basically going to be no hardware on it. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm going to buy any new filament for this, because I'm not sure how much people are carrying enough. That's not the plane I wanted. Not the plane of this actual. Wrong one, not the top plane. Yeah, I am aware. There's like a very specific, the component list I didn't come up with. This is not float. This is floating. This should be floating. The component list I didn't come up with. A lot of people have found these. There's like a finite amount of parts. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to do it. Okay. I mean, honestly, that would be almost easier. Wait, did I accidentally mate this? There shouldn't be any mate on here. Okay, what of our mates? We got coincident to the front plane. Top to top. I accidentally did like a component top plane. That's the problem. Oh god, I hate it when it does this. When it's like, oh yeah, I know you created the assembly, but we're gonna put the components nowhere near the origin by default. That way you have to waste a bunch of time. I'm gonna start building it around the drive and then work from there. This thing is oh my god, we're nowhere close to it. This is gonna be an interesting thing. I'm not sure this is even possible, which is also kind of the reason why I decided to make a shuffler. Weirdly enough, because I'm like, I'm gonna need every extra little bit of weight I can get away with. But yeah, I'm just worried about making it exist, but I'm not even sure when I'll be able to get around to it. Because I'm trying to imagine, because we're gonna have, I think I'm gonna try to put the battery kind of behind everything. For now, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna make this attached to the top plane just so we kind of have everything in order. We'll do that to the top plane just so we can kind of get everything in order. Oh god. Of course the right plane is like way the fuck over here because it's gonna just to make my life difficult. I actually want to I do kind of want to be able to see my planes. Sure, at least that plane. Actually, I don't want the point. I want one of the planes on this to be centered, because honestly, we're not going to worry about like doing anything to basically make it more survivable, or like to make parts not break, because we're not doing maintenance on this thing. If anything breaks, I'm just going to have like a whole other copy if it takes damage. Because a lot of these parts are going to be so cheap, and I don't have the fingers to like work on this at an event. And honestly, at finals, I'm going to be more focused on my other robots. So I'm just going to like grab a copy, yeet it into the arena. Okay, so our weapon motor is where the center is. Ironically, it is quite far from the... I don't have the actual model of the motor, so I just abstracted based on a drawing. And I basically made sure to get the important bits. Unfortunately, there was important bits that it didn't have in the model. But we'll see. Because the weapon motor I was using is this one. And the big reason I picked this one is because this one I might be able to use for other things. Since it runs on a 2S, even though I'm running a 1S. And this is what I based that model off of, because I haven't ordered any of these parts yet. We may end up having to revisit this once I actually get parts. And honestly, my original concept... Oh my god, why the fuck would you do that? Why would I want to do that? Okay, I'm trying to keep everything close to each other. But... Oh my god. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna animate to the top plane. Except for we're gonna make a distance mate of like 10 millimeters. And we'll do the front plane to front. Nope, not that. Stop. No. $93mm? That is incomprehensibly far based on the dimensions of this. I'm gonna make sure that we're looking at this correctly, because our weapon is not in the front, so we're gonna swap the direction just because. Not just because, mostly because I like to. Okay. There's been already a lot of people that have physically built their robots, so. I luckily do have time to work on this. $32mm from the center. This thing that's I think a little bit further than we want. Okay, that might be a little tight. 20mm. I don't know if 2 inches wide is too wide. Okay. Okay, now I'm like trying to. So I'm trying to think of how this is even gonna work. 10mm, too many millimeters in that case, I guess. We'll see. Just our visual, it just felt way off of where it's going to actually be, even though it doesn't need to be exactly where it's going to be. Oh, fuck. Honestly, actually, I think we want to flip this upside down. We want to almost like an undercutter situation. I accidentally did that. I saw your most recent post on Discord, the MRCA Discord. For now, actually, let's do this as a coincidence. Looks like we're definitely going to be cutting the shafts on this. At this point, I'll be happy to get this thing to exist. These robots are going to like... Yeah, I saw the tractor one. These robots are literally going to be like... If they don't instantly explode, Like if they don't blow up on first contact, I think you just win. Now I'm kind of deciding, like, how tall does this have to be? Because before we get... I guess I should probably just mirror the motors. That way we get a better idea of how much space we're working with. So if we tuck the battery there, it's like, I didn't expect, I'm like, oh shit, where am I going to put the Malinky? I don't got room. The Malinky is so big in comparison to everything else. Even though, like, this is like, it's definitely smaller than if I used an FS2A. Do I want to make this longer? Is that the play? Because I think we're not going far enough forward with this motor. I don't know. We're looking at like almost. Yeah, this is gonna be so hard to make underweight. Well, the thing is, there's gonna be like no armor. This thing is like none of these robots are gonna have. Where the fuck did the Malinky looks so huge? And that's why we gotta make it a shuffler to get the extra 8 grams. I'm also gonna need an ESC for the spinner. What the fuck? Like, oh my god. Maybe it just has to be a little bit taller than I think it's gonna be. We gotta think. We're not thinking vertically enough, I think. I like how we're like moving things by a millimeter and it's like most of the height. Nanoweight punch spinner? Oh my god, you're asking way too much of me. An ant weight punch spinner already sounds like a miserable task. Although I guess to be fair, with that at least there's I forgot what I was saying. There's at least like, what am I trying to say? More competitive. So like, it's a little bit hard, already a bigger ask. Okay. This is going to be an absolutely miserable to assemble. Do 1.5 millimeters just for vibes. Oh my god. This is going to be held together with glue. I hope if that isn't clear, it should be clear. This is like, we're not using fasteners. There's no whip. That's never gonna happen. There's a multi-motor nanoweight is hard. Yeah, I was like, honestly, this might be a little wide, but we're going with an undercutter is what we're gonna do. I think we want to actually lower the. I think we want to lower the motor, maybe like a fraction of a millimeter. Yeah, I'm gonna be going to like tenths of millimeters are gonna matter a lot, because like, oh, we go another millimeter. We're getting tight there. That's. If I don't know what we're doing with weapon. It might be aluminum is what I was thinking. I was thinking of an aluminum weapon. Like, for an undercutter, I think we need to do metal. I don't think it works without it, but I think aluminum, because AR 500 is, like, that's not happening. Titanium, I think even is still pretty heavy. I think aluminum is going to be the only feasible option. How much space do we have between here and there? Less than a millimeter. Why did I bother to... wait, no, yeah, DY. Aluminum's overkill? I don't know, some people aren't getting titanium. Honestly, I think this is too wide. Okay, yeah, this is looking more our speed. Heavyweight and heavyweight builders. See, oh, we need a new folder. I haven't decided a name yet, so, and it's not like I'm gonna be building several nanobots. This isn't gonna become a thing. Oh my god. Heavyweight builders are boomers. They have cataract. I was like gonna be like, are they that old? And I'm like, I'm a millennial, and I like when they did, like I was a child in the 90s when they first did them. So I was like, the young ones would be Gen X for a lot of heavyweight builders. Oh my god. Let's try to center the battery. Let's not kid ourselves. Kid ourselves in the fact that the battery's not gonna have a whole lot of wiggle room. What is even already our weight estimate? Because I did do, I think, okay, we're at 6.5 grams. All these parts should have manually overrided weights. So we got, if we do a shuffler, we got about like a bit over, we got more than 20 grams to work with, which is plenty, right? Oh god, I'm just getting anxiety figuring out how the fuck I'm gonna do this. We need an actual body. So we're gonna start the sketch on our motor. We basically want just enough to give our motor a place to like sit. Honestly, not. Well, I mean, we'll deal with that in a second. That's wild. That's a tiny weapon bar. If it looks normal next to this, it's too small. This weapon motor is a 1103. This is an 1103 weapon motor. It is tiny. There are smaller weapons that I considered. But I figured this one might be able to reuse. Actually, I don't know why. I don't even want the line there. Because we're gonna basically do something like this. Yeah, when we have actual nanobots to like make it out of, that's when we'll have those. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. Let's be honest. This isn't meant to be tangent to anything. Spy does it. So this should essentially cover up where our Malinky is. Or actually, we'll do this in line with our weapon motor. Why does this look high? This looks suspiciously tall. Okay, collinear with that. Problem is we got the body a little high off the ground. $17 grams. This one is. It's not 17. I don't think. I don't. It's like. Unless it's lying to me. Because here it says it's like. The list. I don't have it in hand. But here it says 3.25 grams for this motor. This is an Amazon motor. 1103, based on that drawing. It'll be real awkward if that lies. Okay, then we're gonna kind of go just below where our weapon motor is, or our motor is. Actually, no, I think 10 millimeters tall. I think we might need to go a little bit lower than this. Fairweight boss battle. We'll see how many are left at that point. Actually, this should extend past our Malinky. Nanoweight undercutters. Yeah, I guess, well, I just thought, like, with what I had in mind, I was thinking about doing a lifter, but I changed my mind. Okay, so this... This is going to be how... Honestly, this makes 8 look like too many millimeters. Oh my gosh. This is actually insane. Doing like a 1 millimeter thick body. But yeah, the nanos are going to be teeny and almost in a 4x4 cage. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do... We're gonna do this. I don't know if this makes any sense, but this is what we're doing. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Just 1 millimeter thick wall. Oh, I forgot a dimension. Or forgot a line. I don't want to accidentally create a 0 thickness. And I also accidentally made this coincident to the, or tangent to that, which was not what I wanted to do. Just gonna do this being like 0.5. It's gonna be interesting if this, how many times I have to like redesign this to be underweight. Because my original plan for this stream was to actually do the whole design on stream. That way, because like these will take like 5 minutes to print, but I didn't even order parts, and this was the next stream I had planned. Maybe if I had planned something else, but this was like the next robot to be built that I hadn't streamed, and I don't know if tape is OP. We're gonna find out what is OP, because there's gonna be a lot of tape. More than one contour? Yeah, we're just gonna keep it blind. We're gonna try to just do the length of the motor. The length of most of the motor, at least. Yeah, I did notice the effect. I have like, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing a big robot, then a small robot. Oh crap. I realized I did that part wrong. I want it to be upside down because I want a solid plate and then like a super soft underbelly. Maybe? Do I want that? I don't think I want that actually. I don't know. Oh, no, I think we're going to keep that. I think we're fine. I think anything else would be playing with fire. I'm kind of realizing that I was remembering that I had planned a shuffling mechanism. Yeah, I was gonna try to make a shuffling robot. It's the thing is because it's so small, it's gonna be a like compliant shuffler. Okay, so actually I didn't want to do it in assembly. I'll do it outside this assembly. That is kind of adorable that you think that that is going. Yeah, I know that there's a nanoweight. Yeah, there's a nanoweight channel within the. How big? I forgot how big the shaft is on this. Radius. Okay, so we got like a 2mm. Okay, so we need a little bit bigger than that. Okay. Six? I don't know. We'll see how this ends up working out. Let's do this to make it not rotatable, I guess. Okay. Forgot about that part. Yeah, we're making this tiniest shuffler. Trust. I'm gonna need you guys to trust me. Oh, fuck. Okay. Actually pretty close. And then we do this. And then we trim. We started basically with the chassis, and now I'm making the cam for the shuffling mechanism. Because I apparently don't hate myself enough. So I'm making this a shuffler. This is gonna. I don't know if this is even gonna work. Okay. Kind of wish the cam wasn't inside the motor. There we go. That just sort of attached to this. Oh god. That looks really close. And if it's close, that means it's like gonna rub because this whole thing is minuscule. Wouldn't you shuffler be the play if shuffler is printed? Whoops, I didn't. Fuck. I hate when I accidentally click on an icon. It's the worst thing. And then we're actually just going to do a configuration. In which we suppress this. Honestly, the material between TPU and PLA, the decision's probably gonna mostly be based on what ends up being rigid enough or flexible enough, depending on what I need. I was considering doing PBA. I haven't signed into Battle.net in forever anyways. It is happening. Whether it should be is, they are not going to be thick. Nothing about this robot is going to be thick. And yeah, we're only going to have 2 feet, because where the hell are we going to get room for more feet? Okay, maybe I actually made these a little bit. Maybe I could make them a little bit wider than they currently are. Maybe so much wider. Perfect. It actually looks more like how it's supposed to look. Okay, now... Okay. Now the actual feet. Because here's the thing about the feet, is that they're going to be compliant. They're not going to be stiff. So... which is probably going to bite me in the ass at some point. I'm debating if it's even worth trying to like attach them on both sides or if I'm just going to attach them on one side. I mean, it's probably going to be a printed top plate. Nope, we want vertical lines, I think. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so we're gonna do something like that. Trust me, you're gonna gotta trust in the process. Sorry, I'm imagining how it's looking in my head. But yeah, I'm probably going to do a printed top plate. I'm not trying. It's a nanoweight. I'm not trying so hard that I am like buying a bunch of custom parts for something that is basically a express ticket to making a lipo fire. Wrong plane. This part's actually going to be pretty thin. I'm gonna have to. I don't even know what the heck Kapton weight tape is. Kapton tape. That type of tape. I don't know much about it. I mean, it's probably gonna be a printed. The part that we'll see what I end up doing. I don't know. This whole thing is psychotic. You know what? I'm gonna. For now, I just want this to exist so I can put it into the... I hope you guys can see what I am working on. I don't know if this makes sense in my head as it makes as much sense to you guys as it does in my head. Because the problem is... Oh, this is probably way taller than it needs to be. First off, I made this way bigger than it needs to be. We're gonna do this to the top plate since the top plane since our top plane is decent. Actually, no, this probably is pretty close to actually where it needs to be. Although it's way too long. That is the problem I made. I don't know why I did that the right plane, but... I'm realizing I could have probably done this in the assembly, but... Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust this a lot more than I thought. Not the actual... Oh my god. Brushless drive? I don't know what the hell that was, but... You know, I had a weird thought. Okay, this part should be about what that is. Oh god, this is so stupid. This is the stupidest thing. Wait, what the hell? Okay, first I'm just going to make this so this is like the back. This aligns more with the back of the robot because this is going to be a hard limit, basically. Okay, now you can stop being weird. Ironically, this looks more normal, actually. I don't know why I'm over... okay. Here we go. Basically, the idea is that since this is so thin, that this should, in theory, have some movement to it. Although I'm debating whether I need more to keep this in line. Also, 12 is like way more millimeters than I need. Oh god, why do I do this to myself? That's not what I wanted to do. That's fine. So yeah, basically it should... Sorry, I'm like imagining how this is gonna work in my head. I think it's the problem is straight, maybe. Graphene aeroline billet chassis. If this actually shuffles, this will be an achievement. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is chicanery. This shuffling mechanism is chicanery. Although ironically, it's probably too heavy. I'd believe that. I feel like mine's gonna be slow as hell because because of the shuffling mechanism. It's gonna be like and it's gonna have fewer shuffler pods. Mine's barely gonna move. If I can, I'm just gonna like have to try to face people and hope for the best. I realize that I might want a little bit more room up here. I'm currently realizing that the chassis would hit the bottom of the robot, or the weapon, because it's going to be mounted here, would hit the bottom of the robot. Oh, there's going to be a lot. I feel like it will be lucky if any of these fights go 2 minutes. And I feel like the fights that go 2 minutes, it's probably because the robots never actually meet each other. We're gonna quickly convert. We're gonna convert entities, or yeah, well, we're gonna sketch and then convert entities. I'm gonna finish the body. That way we can like move on to the next part. Because I'm way behind. This may end up taking 2 streams. But I think if it does, I might actually not do like back-to-back streams. I might do it once I have all the parts. And then just because we are going to mirror, basically mirror face the right plane, and we're going to mirror the body. Okay, so we have the start of a robot. Oh my god, this is so tiny! Sorry, I was having a crazy idea. Actually, before I change this, I don't actually want to make the robot shorter. I think because we're doing that way, I'm gonna give myself. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I did that so that way, because otherwise it's gonna mess everything the f up. Because I was about to make this lower to get it out of the way, and I would just be putting the chassis more in the way. Actually, now that I think about it, the motors. Lowering is the answer, just to lower the bottom of the rope. We got room. Actually, I think for now we're gonna lower the bottom of the robot as much as we can, or raise the bottom of the robot, not lower. Am I tripping? Am I missing a dimension? But what is dictating the bottom of this? Oh, this one. This one's dictating the bottom of it. That should be fine. No. We'll give us like a fraction of a millimeter more. Moving a lot of things by like fractions of millimeters. Actually, instead of doing this to the top plane, I might want to do this to the bottom plate. 0.5 millimeter. Well, ironically, I'm doing the opposite of using wheels. Like, you know, instead of me being like, oh, maybe I should use wheels, I'm like, okay, what if we don't? I need every gram I can get. Because I think we're trying so hard to get it underneath it. Maybe we pull it closer to the robot. We can pull this closer. That way we have less not robot things to like worry about. Or less like I don't have to worry about having it so far away from the rest of the robot. Also, it'll probably make it more balanced if we do it this way. Oh my god, this is so scuffed. Now after this foot, like this back little doodad is like doing too much. I realized, yeah, this is like little bloop. Whatever is smaller than a bloop. This is basically little bloop. I didn't even think about that till now. How did I not realize that that was what I was making? How did it take you guys to... Whatever. I might still drive it. I don't know. Maybe I will have her drive it. Why am I not just thinking like I... Yeah, this is like, yeah, this is essentially just scaled down blue. Kinda. I'm just thinking about how miserable this is going to be to assemble. Yeah, fine. I think the foot size is actually bigger than it needs to be. I think we'll do 6 and 6 here. We'll keep it a little bit tighter. This is so scuffed. The thing is, I haven't figured out how I'm mounting the actual weapon yet. But before we do that, I'll add the other foot. You know, actually, I'm going to make it as similar to as how I did the other one as possible. We'll do this to the front plane because that's how I decided. I built this whole thing around the drive because I knew the shuffling mechanism would be a pain in the booty. Which isn't actually that far different than I did with Bloop, except for I don't remember if I had the whole assembly that way, but I definitely had, what am I trying to say? Basically, I did it I had a sub assembly there, so it's a little different. We'll do it this way, I guess. It's kind of hard to do because it's gonna be supposed to be a compliant part, so it's hard to visualize it. We'll see if it's as compliant as I think it'll be, and if TPU is as strong as I think it'll be. So probably either probably TPU. I don't know. I don't think I may end up using PLA. I'm also trying to not overthink this too much. I don't know if this is actually how this is gonna work. I think my biggest fear for this is the fact of this not being able to, like, my printer not being accurate to this scale. Okay, 2 is not. I don't know. We'll see what I actually end up going with. Because there's definitely going to, like, there's probably going to be a little trial and error. Especially with this, especially with this whole, shuffling mechanism. Because this is just a scuffed idea already. Because if I do TPU, honestly, how this is going to be assembled is I'm just going to melt this together. Honestly, that last extrusion is actually... Oh, can we just pull this above this? Make my job easier. There we go. It'll be fine. Yeah, basically, we're just gonna kind of melt it into there. And I don't know if I'm gonna bother with wheel guards. I don't know. I might I might need something just to keep this attached to itself. Now that I think about it, because it's gonna like want to come out. Because I'm trying to think if there's like, there's a good chance that actually, this is a shuffler, yes. Because I'm an insane person. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I'm overthinking it. I think for this, I think this last cam, I think I just need like... convert entities. And then basically do a bigger circle that's sort of just, oh, maybe not that big. Not bigger than... That just sort of retains it. That way our outer thing is just like... Just sort of like... But yeah, this is a compliant shuffler with no hardware. Will it work? I don't know. If we'll see if this exists by finals. Actually, I think we need to edit our schedule a bit. Actually, let's try to do something weird. We're gonna make this for construction. We'll see how long I end up putting. We'll see how long I end up putting that stream up to. Because the thing is, I know that 12 pound isn't going to exist until next year, so it ends up constantly being the bottom priority. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. It looks silly as hell, but... Although now I'm realizing that it's not quite. That's not quite gonna work. What are you angry at? And then I think we're going to add a chamfer. We'll add some other chamfers, I guess. A 1mm chamfer looks huge on this thing. I think this might work a little bit better because that way, we'll see whenever the hobby weight stream actually happens. Also, a big reason that I'm delaying it is because it's gonna be another undercutter, and I want my ant weight undercutter to actually like exist before I get too deep into it. I mean, it'll be a pretty low. I'll have a pretty small layer height for this bad boy. It's not like I'm gonna be doing like 0.2, 0.3 layer height for the whole thing. I don't know how. I've been like just avoiding actually having to mount the. I'm thinking it's gonna like hook onto the front, kinda. Like, let's be honest, it's probably gonna be glued. Yeah, apparently we're making all undercutters. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna, because I create a part. Where's the actually? There's a random part. Gonna rename. That's also part of the reason I wanted to make a undercutters, because there's so many mid cutters, or so many verts in a lot of mid cutters, just because mid cutters are relatively simple. There's not a lot of variety, especially at the top level in the MRCA. Make this tangent. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm one of those people that's cursed with feeling like I have to make something unique, which it makes it difficult to make something that's actually competitive. That's why every single one of the four-wheel drive verts I make is like a side project, basically. It's like an offshoot of... It's either an offshoot of Hodag, an offshoot of Bigfoot. There's a good chance you might not see Hodag until finals, till MRCA finals. Because I'm kind of tired. Mostly because he's in a position where he's qualified for finals, but I don't want to A, make him no longer qualified, and B, Hodag's kind of expensive to run. So that's why I'm running Beast of Bree Road at the next event. What's too far? Okay, for entities. Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't say you had to go, because I don't end up out towards Missouri too often. Or south to the off. Because I was thinking about going to the Louisville event, but that didn't really end up happening, the one in August, but... I guess that's not at all what I wanted to do. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think we're doing this all the way. We're not doing this airborne all the way. My next event without Hodag is going to be in Peoria. Then I'm going to be in the one in Milwaukee. Then after that one is my own event, which will be in September. And then after that is my last event of the year. Well, then it'll be the RSL Hastings and then finals. That's the plan. Do blind 1 millimeter. Need to make it. Smaller? We're doing a nano we're doing the nanobot, son. What did I click on? Oh, am I doing a I somehow ended up in a motion. What is this? Go away. I don't know what I clicked on. I fucking I hate it when I do this shit. Well, I want to interrupt this current action. Damn it, SolidWorks. What is this? How do I get out of this? Are you fucking joking, SolidWorks? Get me out of this bullshit. What the fuck is the escape button for? If not to exit me out of this shit. God damn it. $25 grams. Oh my god, SolidWorks. I'm gonna fucking snap. SolidWorks is doing dumb shit. Yeah, it's an undercutter. Sorry, SolidWorks is broken right now. Am I missing something? How do I get out of this stupid menu? I don't know what it did. SolidWorks, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is the only operation where it just completely breaks everything. I'm gonna fucking lose it. What the fuck? SolidWorks, what are you doing? I'm gonna lose it. Give me a second. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck is wrong with you, SolidWorks? Oh my fucking god, SolidWorks. Why is this? I'm like locked in. Oh my fucking god. I'm doing what people are telling me. Why is there a feature that completely locks me out of everything? How? Oh my fucking god. Why? What? Oh my god. Fuck off, Battle.net. Jesus Christ. Well, we're up to this menu, but we're still not able to actually get out of this. I'm gonna crash out. Oh! Why is it broken? I'm gonna lose my fucking progress. Oh my freaking god. What is going on? I can't get out of it. And everything that, like, every... Oh my fucking god. Thing is, I can't get to the fucking customize thing. And everything, like... Oh my god. Let me fucking save. Because I'm stuck in the... Oh, I'm stuck in the dimension command. I'm gonna crash out. Fix it by double-clicking a sketch of a previous feature. Oh my god. It's because fucking SolidWorks is being a shit right now. I somehow managed to break... SolidWorks got tired of my shit, apparently. And they decided to shut me down. Well, we're able to click on stuff now. Wait, nope. Well, let me exit. I'm trying to not lose progress, but I guess I'm gonna have to go fuck myself. No, that's not what I want. I'm gonna crash out. Oh, I can. I guess I have to lose my fucking progress. Oh, I have to control delete this shit. Fucking SolidWorks. God damn it. Alright, if I actually control delete. Fucking love it, SolidWorks. Thanks. I'm gonna crash out. Well, I think I might call the stream there since SolidWorks decided to take a dump on me. I don't know if we'll revisit this one in the future in a separate stream. But, because I don't think I had much to do, but SolidWorks decided I was done. SolidWorks won this round. We'll see if I actually do the 12-pound stream next week. I'm not no promises. We'll see when that actually starts to happen. I think also if I do have a separate stream for the second round of this, I'll wait until I actually have parts. So that way I can like print things and then circle back instead of just basically like doing the normal CAD thing. If I do the nanobot stream again, I'll work on the CAD, I'll print it, and then I'll go back to CAD and do stuff like that and kind of like do a more working CAD instead of just the CAD, or more working stream instead of just a CAD stream. Thanks for tuning in, even though when SolidWorks failed me, you guys still had me. I'll see you guys. It's been streaming 2 hours. I'll see you guys next week. I think looking at my calendar in a couple of weeks, I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do for the next 2 streams. And the stream after that will be recapping the Peoria event. And then in a couple more weeks, there will be another event. And then I'll be on vacation shortly after that. But see you guys next week. And thanks for watching. Thumb Slug, I'll have to answer your questions another time.